guys, thank you for joining me for this short and sweet summer solstice practice. So we're going to be working with Surya Namaskara A and B, the sun salutations. This is going to be a perfect way of energizing the body. It's a really good way to practice first thing in the morning to bring you fresh energy, and it's a really lovely way of opening the body up, opening through the joints and opening through the muscle groups. This can be practiced as a standalone practice if you're a little bit short on time. It's a brilliant way of moving and stretching the entire body. If you have got time for a bit more, you can follow on your sun salutation practice with either a more restorative practice, or if you wanted to keep that energy levels high, then something a little bit more active. We're going to start the practice by having a bit more of a breakdown of the sun salutations themselves. I'm going to go over a little bit more of the fundamental aspects of sun salutations, and then as we progress, I'm going to offer some up-level options that you can work through to strengthen your transitions between the postures. I hope you enjoy this short and sweet sun worshipping practice, and I hope you have a fantastic summer solstice and you enjoy your beautiful long days. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.
So we're just going to begin in a comfortable seated position, just connecting to our breathing. Deep breaths in and out through the nose, creating a small restriction to the back of the throat as we exhale. Coming into our spinal warm-up, we'll bring our right hand to the outside of the right hip. As we inhale, we extend our left fingertips over the top. As we exhale, we side bend over to the right, checking in with how we're feeling in our joints, our shoulders, our hips. If it's comfortable in the neck, you can look up towards the top hand. As we inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, left hand to the outside of the left hip. Inhale, extend, reach up through those right fingertips. And as we exhale, we side bend over to the left. Again, if it's comfortable, looking up towards those fingers, checking out with how we're feeling in the cervical spine, the neck, tuning into the more subtle sensations we're feeling within our bodies. As we inhale, we extend, we reach up through center. Exhale, left hand to the outside of the left hip, right hand towards the left knee. As we inhale, we draw up through the crown of the head. As we exhale, we twist. Inhale, draw up through center. Exhale, coming out to the other side. As we inhale, we create that space, we draw up through the crown of the head, and as we exhale, we allow ourselves to twist a little bit deeper without forcing anything. There should be no need to tug here. You should just be able to feel the gentle rotation in the spine as we use our breath to go deeper. Inhale, return to center, reach up. Exhale, release the hands down to either side of the hips. We'll come onto our tabletop position. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. As we inhale, we move into cow pose, crown of the head up, chest down, tailbone comes up, and as we exhale, we round the spine coming into cat pose, lifting and separating the shoulder blades. Taking a couple more of each at your own pace, following your own breath rhythms. Tuning into how you're feeling here, feeling this beautiful energy that the dynamic practice brings to us. And on your next breath in, come back to a neutral spine. Bring the palms of the hands forward slightly. Check in that the wrist creases are towards being in line with the front edges of the mat. Then tuck the toes under, lift the sit bones up and back towards the ceiling, coming into downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent to start with. Focus on pressing through the palms of the hands, especially paying attention to the index finger and thumb side of the palms. And then from there, lifting the sit bones up, melting the chest down, and begin to pedal the heels down towards the floor. Maintaining your steady breath practice, looking towards either the knees, toes, or Nabhi chakra, the belly button. On your next inhale, look forward. In as many steps as you need, we're going to walk into our ragdoll, so feet hips distance apart, even wider if you'd like. Knees bent, opposite hand to opposite elbow, or let your arms hang heavy as you bring some gentle movements into the length of the spine, rocking side to side. Taking whatever feels good as we warm up here. Release from your ragdoll, folding forward, And then very gently, as slowly as you can, keeping the knees bent, strong through the feet, begin to roll up the spine, stacking one vertebrae at a time over your hips, coming into Samastiti. Nice and engaged through the leg, tailbone draws down, belly is engaged, shoulders up and away from the ears, the palms face forward and the chin is parallel. Surya Namaskara A. So as we inhale, we bring our arms up overhead. To start with, keep the shoulders, the palms shoulder distance apart, looking forward. And then as we exhale, we're going to begin by bending the knees. So soft bend in the knees as we bring the hands down towards the floor. Doesn't have to reach the floor, the shins or the thighs is fine. And then to start with, focus on making that connection with the earth beneath you. And then as you begin to open up, you can begin to extend the legs towards straight, bringing the crown of the head down, bringing the chin towards the thighs or the shins. This is still our exhale. As we inhale, we lengthen the spine. So that could mean coming up into a halfway lift, looking forward, creating space along the length. If you're feeling a little bit more flexible, then maybe the hands stay on the floor or just the fingertips reach away from the floor. But try to focus on drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to fold forward into that deep fold, and we'll step back into our plank position. So starting in a high plank, make sure you're a long line from the crown of the head to the heels of the feet. If it's too much, you can always drop to the knees. You should still feel an engagement in your core. And then as we exhale, we're going to come down onto our bellies, setting up for Cobra Bhujangasana. So bringing the elbows in towards the ribs, the tops of the feet flat to the floor. Inhale to lift the chest forward, look forward. And this may feel like enough of a stretch for you in the front body. If you're feeling like taking it a little bit deeper, maybe come into a mid or a high cobra, beginning to lengthen up, lifting the chest, and maybe even the tops of the hips come off the floor now as we engage the legs, coming into an upward facing dog. Cervical spine is an extension of the spine, so keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine. As we exhale, you can come back through a tabletop, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Or for a different style of transition, from upward facing dog, roll over the toes to downward facing dog, skipping out the tabletop position altogether. Depending on how you're feeling, this involves a fair bit more core work. And remember, the knees can be as bent or as straight as feels good to you here. You can always drop to the shins and come into a child's pose if you prefer. As we inhale, look forward to the front of the mat. In as many steps as you need, come forward to that halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Alternatively, if you wanted to try jumping, keep the hips high, bend the knees and jump forward, land lightly. So try to bring the weight into the hands as you step forward so you can shift the weight forward into the hands. Inhale, come all the way back up, reach the arms up overhead. As we exhale, return to Samastiti position. Second round. As we inhale, bring the arms up overhead. This time, if you'd like, maybe bring the palms of the hands together, looking up towards the thumbs. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Inhale, coming into your halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, step back through Chaturanga. So if Chaturanga is in your practice, lower down halfway, shoulders in line with the elbows. As we inhale, maybe upward facing dog by rolling over the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Establishing your foundations here, allowing your chest to melt down towards the thighs. Staying strong through the arms as we press down through the index finger and thumb side of the hand. As we inhale, look forward, step or try floating forward to the halfway lift. Exhale, chin towards shin. Inhale, extend up, maybe bringing the palms of the hands together, looking up, low ribs in. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. If the legs are straight, hips over the heels. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float back through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rolling over the toes only if it's comfortable. Don't put any damage into the toes by causing unnecessary strain or risk. Keeping your gaze point and your steady breath. If it's too much in this posture, drop to the shins. Make sure the breath comes first. Inhale, look forward, step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, chin towards shin. Inhale, extend, come all the way back up to center. Exhale, Namaste. I'll just be counting for this round. Ekam. Inhale. Due. Exhale. Trini. Inhale. Shatwari. Exhale. Pancha. Inhale. Shots. Exhale. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Maintaining your steady breath practice. If you find that your breath patterns don't match mine, that's fine. Make sure you follow your own pace. Don't force the breath. Sapta, look forward, inhale, step or float. Ashtau, exhale. Nawa, inhale. Exhale, Samastitihi. Last round, Ekam. Inhale. Due. Exhale. Trini. Inhale. Shatwari. Exhale. Pancha. Inhale. Shots. Exhale. Establish your foundations. Find strength in the arms, strength through the palms of the hands and the toes. If the heels are stretching down, ground down through the backs of the feet, even if they don't reach the floor. Move the intention of stretching out the hamstrings. Sapta, inhale. Ashtau, exhale. Nawa, inhale. Exhale, Samastitihi. Surya Namaskara B. As we inhale, we sit the hips low, sit the weight back into the heels. You can bring your arms out in front, keep them shoulder distance apart and look forward. Or, Ashtanga style, bring the palms of the hands together, look up towards the thumbs. Feeling a little burn in the thighs as we open up through the shoulders. As we exhale, bring the belly to the thighs first, bring the palms of the hands down, and then from there begin to straighten the legs. As we inhale, we move into our halfway lift, looking forward. As we exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, opening through the front body. Exhale, downward facing dog. So as we inhale, we step the right foot between the hands. There's a few options. We can stay in a low lunge, we can drop the knee down. We can begin to extend that knee and come up to a high lunge position, keeping the knee stacked over the right ankle. Or you can begin to spin that left heel down, coming into a warrior one variation, looking up towards the thumbs, bringing the palms of the hands together. As we exhale, we bring the palms of the hands down, stepping into plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. On the left side now, as we inhale, we step the left foot forward, stay down low, or if you're feeling balanced, you can begin to extend up, bringing the arms up overhead. If we're moving into warrior one, bring that right heel down, bring the palms of the hands together and look up towards the thumbs. You can take as many breaths as you need here to find a nice strong foundations. As you exhale, bring the palms of the hands down, float back through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Make sure to maintain your steady breath practice as we rest in downward facing dog. If it feels a little intense on the breath and you can't manage to maintain your steady breath, always drop to a child's pose. Breath comes first. As we inhale, look forward, step or float, coming into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, so the hips sit low, bring the weight into the heels, maybe extending the arms up overhead. Exhale, Samastitihi, released. Counting in Sanskrit now, Ekam. Inhale, bring the hips low. Due, exhale, belly to thigh, sandwich between the thighs, then fold. Trini, inhale, head up, look forward, halfway lift. Shatwari, exhale. chaturanga. Inhale, pancha, upward facing. Shuts, exhale, downward facing. Sapta, right leg steps forward, warrior one or a high or low lunge. Ashtau, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga. Nawa, inhale, upward facing. Dasha, exhale, downward facing. Ekadasha, left foot steps through. As we inhale, we come up. Extra breath if you need it. Or Dwadasha, plant the hands, chaturanga. Trayodasha, inhale, upward facing dog, opening through the front body. Chatvardasha, exhale, downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath, keeping those hips nice and high, allowing the chest to melt down. You should feel a nice stretch in the shoulders, looking to the drishti, the toes, the knees, or the belly button. Steady breath. Panchadasha, inhale, step or float forward, halfway. Shodasha, chin towards shin. Saptadasha, Utkatasana, hips sit low. Exhale, Samasthitihi. Ekam, inhale. Due, exhale. Trini, inhale. Shatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale. Shuts, exhale. Sapta, inhale, coming all the way up. Remember to take an extra breath if you need it. Or Ashtau, exhale, chaturanga. Nawa, inhale, upward facing. Dasha, exhale, downward facing. Ekadasha, left foot, inhale, extending all the way up, strong in that front leg. Dwardasha, chaturanga. Trayodasha, inhale, upward facing. Chatvardasha, exhale, downward facing, finding your roots, feeling strong. Hips nice and high. Keep the low belly drawn in to protect the spine, stay nice and strong in your core. Panchadasha, inhale, step or float forward, halfway. Shodasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, inhale, coming into Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, Samasthitihi. Ekam, inhale, arms up. Moving through to rest now. Due, exhale, fold forward. Trini, inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Shatwari, exhale, step or jump back. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shuts, exhale, downward facing. And we're going to be moving into Balasana, child's pose. So release the knees down, sit the hips back to the heels. Your knees can be together or you can bring them to mat distance apart. You can bring your arms out in front of you, fingers spread nice and wide, or you can release the arms alongside the body. And just rest here for as long as you need to. If you would rather take a Shavasana or a seated meditation, feel free to take that now. I hope you enjoyed your practice. I hope you enjoyed your saluting to the sun and enjoying your summer solace. Enjoy the beautiful energy that the summer months give to us as we experience these long days and shorter nights. Rest here for as long as you need to. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. As you go forward, I wish you peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, peace in your heart. Namaste.